Most of us learned the basics in our school history classes, how civilizations were founded and the order in which they evolved. However, discoveries have been made across the globe that never made it into the textbooks, discoveries that could overturn our entire known chronology and force us to rewrite human history from scratch. Today, we will examine 5 incredible discoveries that scientists have tried to dismiss as conspiracy theories, yet have sparked heated debates for years. If you're ready, we are diving into the most mysterious and equally controversial depths of history. First, we look at a fossil that has led the world of biology into a dead end. In 1958, in the marl beds of Illinois, an amateur collector named Francis Tully found a 300-million-year-old fossil, though he didn't realize it at the time. Tully initially thought it was just a deformed fish or a decayed invertebrate. However, when this Tully monster was placed under a microscope, it left scientists in awe. It had a soft, tube-shaped body, about 30 centimeters long, but its eyes were the most bizarre feature. Instead of being on its head, its eyes were perched on the ends of thin stalks, extending from its sides like hanging lamps. At the front, it had a flexible snout filled with tiny teeth. Biologists have spent years trying to categorize this creature. Some called it a worm, some a squid. And for a while, it was even claimed to be a fish. Yet, every new theory collapsed against the creature's anatomy. Its tissues carried characteristics of both vertebrates and invertebrates. This creature, which lived 300 million years ago, refuses to hold onto any branch of the evolutionary tree. It's as if nature ignored all known rules when designing it. Do you think such a design is just a coincidence? Or is there a massive gap in biological history and the theory of evolution? Now, we go meters below the aesthetic streets and modern buildings of London. In the late 1940s, during post-war construction work, workers accidentally discovered a network of rooms carved perfectly out of chalk stone. Initially thought to be a Victorian-era structure, this underground labyrinth actually dated back thousands of years. The rooms consisted of tunnels aligned with incredible precision to true magnetic north. The torch soot marks and unknown symbols found on the walls did not match any tools from London's industrial past. Even more interestingly, geological tests showed that these rooms were thousands of years older than the Roman occupation. According to the history we know, London was not a place with such engineering knowledge or settled life at that time. Who dug these tunnels? With what tools? And for what purpose? This silent architecture, dating back to just after the Ice Age, directly contradicts the city's official records. Could these deep labyrinths be part of an even larger structure still waiting to be discovered beneath this great metropolis? We travel to the Temple of Seti in Abydos, one of Egypt's most sacred sites. On a wall in this temple, there is a panel that archaeologists have struggled to explain for years. While it looks like normal hieroglyphs at first glance, when the light hits it at the right angle, an impossible scene emerges. A helicopter, a jet plane, a tank, and even a submarine figure. Who could have carved these mechanical lines in an Egyptian temple thousands of years before humanity learned to fly? While Egyptologists argue this is palimpsest, the result of overlapping names eroding over time, the resemblance of the figures is too uncanny to be explained by mere coincidence. In this region, considered the sacred land of Osiris, pharaohs carved the eternity of knowledge into stone. Were these carvings truly traces of advanced technology or the manifestation of a technological memory left from a civilization much older than ours? When you look closely at the stone, you can see the lines, propellers, and cockpits. Does this show that ancient Egyptians were far wiser than we estimated, or is it just an optical illusion? The Oera manuscript, found in the Netherlands in 1867, appeared capable of changing European history from top to bottom. This mysterious text spoke of a society called Atland, that lived thousands of years before any European civilization we know, was ruled by priestesses and specialized in seafaring. Atland, much like the legendary Atlantis, was submerged in a single night by a great flood. The book claimed that the Frisians were the descendants of this lost pre-Ice Age civilization, and that Greek, Norse, and even Egyptian mythologies were actually fragments inherited from Atland. The scientific world labeled this book a hoax, but here was the strange part. The language and grammatical structure of the text were so perfect and profound that it seemed nearly impossible for an ordinary forger to create such a thing from scratch. Still, the subject of great debate. If this manuscript is genuine, it is a piece of evidence so valuable, it would require us to reconfigure the entire history of the world and the origins of civilization. Could this book be a record of a forgotten past? Or is it just a cleverly designed fiction? As we approach the end of the video, we examine perhaps one of the most tangible and unsettling discoveries of the American continent. In 1872, near Lake Winnipesaukee in New Hampshire, workers digging a hole for a fence post discovered a glowing black stone about 2 meters deep. This stone was perfectly polished and egg-shaped. The carvings on it were quite intriguing. Mysterious faces, shapes resembling ears of corn, the moon, stars, and geometric shapes we still cannot decipher. The stone was a type of quartzite not found in that region, meaning it had been brought from thousands of miles away. But the most interesting part was a narrow hole located in the center of the stone. Laboratory examinations revealed that this hole was opened with millimetric precision, as if by a modern drill. The tribes living in the region at that time did not have the metal tools to polish such a stone or drill such a hole. Some researchers think it is a ritual object, while others believe it is an envoy object left from a much older civilization. This impossible egg remains silent today in the New Hampshire Historical Society Museum, challenging the official historical narratives of the American continent. The 5 cases we examine today show that our history may not have progressed as clearly and linearly as we were taught. These silent witnesses emerging from the depths of the earth continue to break our preconceptions and force us to think differently. Perhaps history is like a vast ocean full of great progress and sudden collapses that we have yet to fully discover.